Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Carter Morton podcast with your amazing host, Carter Morton. And today, we have a great episode coming. But I'm trying to make sure this hat doesn't make a shadow on my face. But yeah. Anyways. Yeah, welcome back to the podcast. If you're new here, hello, I'm Carter. And this is the podcast that I film in my basement, and we roll with it. But basically, I just teach you how to be a young person living strong for the Lord, how to be a young person in this world, and just teaching you about God, teaching you about what God has for you truly, and truly who God is. So today, we're talking about expectation. And, sorry, my hoop was hurting my ear. And expectation. What do you mean, Carter? Well, whatever you set your expectation for is what you will get. Anything in life, what you set your expectation for, that's what you will receive, and that's what we're going to be talking about. But first of all, if you haven't subscribed and you want more content of the amazing podcast that's filmed in a basement, then like and subscribe. And yeah, so also, yeah, I don't know what I was going to say. But anyways, so we're talking, also my Instagram is CarterSue18 on Instagram. But yeah, I post lovely things on there. I'm doing this series on my Instagram called My Summer Cam. And I just post different stuff because I have this app, and it's like a vintage app, and I'm obsessed with it. But, yeah. So anyways, yeah, so let's get into the word. But first of all, I just want to say this. No matter how old you are, no matter if you're 12 to 18, because that's kind of what my podcast is focused on, is Gen Z. But no matter how, I don't even know if that's all of Gen Z, just young people in general. But I don't know what it goes to. But no matter how old you are, God has something for you. God can use you. You're not forgotten by God. You're not just kicked to the curb. God has something for all of you. But anyways, I just wanted to say that. So, coming up, my church has a conference coming up for youth. Last year we did a camp where we went away. That's what normal, usually what churches do. But our church is doing a conference for youth, and we're having a bunch of speakers in. And I just want to talk about expectation, because going into stuff like that, going into a week full of fire, you have to have an expectation for what God can do to you. Because if you do for you, because if you don't, what is there for him to do anything in? If you don't have an expectation for anything, what is there for God to do if he doesn't know? So, but anyways, yes, so we're going into our camp. It's called Field Conference. If you have enough time to get here. It's starting tomorrow. Yeah. Anyways, so expectation. Many people in life set their expectation out for bad things. I mean, death and life is in the power of the tongue. So whatever you speak out, whatever comes out of your mouth is what's going to happen, because that's what you're speaking out of your mouth. So if you're speaking out death, that's what you're going to bring to pass. But if you're speaking life, then that's what you're going to bring to pass. But anyways, so in life, you can't just not have an expectation for anything. So basically what I'm talking about today is just having an expectation for God to do something for you, because God wants to do something for you. He that's what he wants to do. He wants to do things for you. But it is your job to call upon him and ask and tell him what you want, because he wants to do things for you. He's not just up there, just sitting up there, just wanting to do nothing for you. I mean, he wants to intercede for you, but you have to ask him and tell him what you want, because if you don't, he's not going to know what to do, because you don't have an expectation. So if you have no expectation, what is there to do? So Proverbs 23:18. This translation's a little weird. But you'll be rewarded for this. Your hope will not be disappointed. So in other translations, it's like, for the righteous will be rewarded, something like that. But whatever you put your expectation out for is what you will get. So many times I've gone to youth group or church, haven't had an expectation, and I get nothing out of it. So you have to tell God what you want. I mean, he's not up there just guessing what you want. You have to tell him, because he wants you to tell him, and he wants to do things for you. So this episode is going to be really short, but what do you want God to do? Set an expectation out for it, no matter what it is in life. I mean, I'm going into a week for God to do things. So what's my expectation? I'm going to tell God. I've told God. I'm going to tell him what's my expectation, and then you can believe that you can have that, because once you tell him, he's going to do that for you. It's done. So set an expectation out for what you want God to do today. What do you want God to do? And tell him. Tell him. Say it out loud. And write it down in your journal, because then once he does do it, you can just cross it off in your journal and be like, yep, he did that. So what's your expectation? That's what I leave with you today. Nothing too long. It's just, what's your expectation? And tell the Lord what your expectation is, because he can do it. It's that simple. It doesn't need to be this whole thing, this whole long thing. It's just, what do you want God to do? And then tell him, expect it, and it'll be yours. And have faith for it. Hold on. 1 second. We're going to go to Hebrews. Hebrews 11:1. Faith shows the reality of what we hope for. It is the evidence of things we cannot see. So, faith shows the reality of what we hope for. It is the evidence of things we cannot see. So, faith equals now, hope equals later. So, if you're just hoping for God to do something, you're like, God, I hope this happens now. But when you set your expectation and faith, and you say, God, I thank you for this. I thank you're going to do this. Then it is yours. Because that was your expectation, and you set it out in faith. So it is yours. So no matter where you are in life, no matter what walk you're on, set an expectation of what you want God to do. I had a friend who just did an outreach all by himself. And he prayed about this outreach, and that outreach was amazing. I'll just say, over, I think, 120 people came for us to minister to. Isn't that insane? His first outreach. So what's your expectation? What do you want God to do for you? Because he can do it. And don't set little expectations for God to do, because our God is a big God. He's not just this little, there's not just a little box of things he can do. He can do anything. He's the God of the impossible. So what's your expectation? What do you want? What do you want from God? Whether it's a miracle, whether it's something you want answered, whether it's something you wanted just to do, tell him. Set that expectation, and it is yours. Mic drop. Anyways, that's what I leave with you today, and I hope you have a blessed one.